myself Nidhi Shakaria from Saraswati Group of Education. Today I am conducting this session for the subject Maths Grade 6. And students, this is our first session for the second chapter, Playing with Numbers.
So students, let us go through the important terms of this chapter. Now students, you will be able to recall many of the terms in this PPT. So, BODMAS Rule. Now what does it mean? So, students, let us take an example from our daily life. If we want to watch our favorite program, then we need to follow these two steps. First, we need to switch on the television and then we need to enter the channel number using the remote control. Right? Now we cannot reverse these two steps. पहले हम चैनल नंबर एंटर करें रिमोट कंट्रोल में and then we switch on the television. That is not possible, right? So students, when there are mathematical problems involving more than one operation, then we need to perform operations in a particular order. So the order of performing operations is this. This is the BODMAS rule. The terms in this rule are brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Now students, for example, when simplifying the following mathematical expression, this is the mathematical expression, and what do we mean by mathematical expression? Mathematical expression is the combination of numbers and mathematical operators, right? Now, we need to follow the BODMAS rule. So students, यहाँ पे जो BODMAS rule है उसमें जो terms mention किए हैं, right? Now we should give importance to brackets first if they are present in the mathematical expression. यहाँ पे brackets तो नहीं है, but we have the mathematical operations of addition and multiplication. So यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लीकेशन पहले है एंड देन वी हैव एडिशन. सो पहले हमें मल्टीप्लीकेशन का जो पार्ट है वो सॉल्व करना है, राइट? सो ओवर हियर 5 ऐड, दिस इज एज इट इज, और 3 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 12 का रिजल्ट क्या है? 36. सो 5 ऐड 36 इज इक्वल टू 41. सो दिस इज द करेक्ट आंसर व्हेन वी सिंप्लीफाई दिस एक्सप्रेशन, राइट? नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, यहाँ पे हम पहले एडिशन करें एंड देन वी डू मल्टीप्लिकेशन, देन दैट विल बी रॉन्ग. सो ओवर हियर इफ वी ऐड दिस पार्ट फर्स्ट, 5 ऐड 3 विल बी इक्वल टू 8. 8 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 12 इज इक्वल टू 96. सो ये जो रिजल्ट है, दिस इज इनकरेक्ट, दिस इज रॉन्ग. नेक्स्ट, टाइप्स ऑफ ब्रैकेट्स. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, over here we have the first term in BODMAS rule, brackets, right? So brackets को सबसे पहले importance देना है even before the mathematical operations, right? So over here the different types of brackets which are used in mathematical expressions are line brackets, round brackets, curly brackets or braces, square brackets. Now students, the brackets above are to be simplified and removed in the same order as mentioned. So यहाँ पे line brackets को पहले importance देना है. If वो mathematical expression में present है तो then round brackets, then curly brackets and then square brackets, right? So for example, if we want to simplify this mathematical expression, then we remove the brackets in this order. Right? यहाँ पे line brackets नहीं है, but we have the round brackets, curly brackets and square brackets. These 3 types, right? So यहाँ पे पहले round brackets को importance देनी है, फिर curly brackets को और फिर square brackets को. इसी order में solve करते जाना है. So this expression, if we want to solve it, simplify it, then we need to first remove these brackets, round brackets. So 77 minus 50 will be equal to 27. So यहाँ पे next step में हमने ये पार्ट एज इट इज रखा है एक्सप्रेशन का, एंड माइनस वी हैव रिटन द रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस एंड रिमूव द राउंड ब्रैकेट्स माइनस 27. Then in the next step we have removed the curly brackets. So we have solved this part. और इसका रिजल्ट क्या आएगा सब्ट्रैक्शन का 7. So we have written that over here and the remaining part is as it is. Then in the next step we have removed the square brackets. So 88.7 is equal to 87, right? And finally the result of this subtraction operation is this. So this is the answer after simplifying this given mathematical expression. Now students, according to the BODMAS rule, we have to first give importance to addition and then to subtraction. But before the operations, we have to give importance to brackets. So वही हमने यहाँ पे फॉलो किया है. पहले हमने एडिशन पार्ट नहीं सॉल्व किया है, राइट? फर्स्ट वी हैव सॉल्व द brackets and remove them, right? Now next, factors. So a factor of a given number is a number that divides the given number exactly. For example, the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 6 divide 6 exactly. Students, we know that the product 6 we get by multiplying 1 and 6, and we get this product 6 again by multiplying 2 and 3. So ये numbers 1, 2, 3 and 6, these are the factors of 6. They divide 6 exactly, right? So these are the factors of number 6. Next, multiples. A multiple of a given number is a number that is obtained by multiplying the given number with any natural number. Again, a multiple of a given number is a number that is obtained by multiplying the given number with any natural number. So students, for example, we have the multiples of 3, which are these. So students, natural numbers means the counting numbers. So यहाँ पे हमने number 3 को multiply किया है by the counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. And these products over here that we get, these are the multiples over here of the number 3. Recall the multiplication table of 3. So we have the multiples of number 3. And students, the multiples of any given number are uncountable. They are countless. We cannot say that any particular number is the largest multiple of number 3. Multiples of any given number are countless, uncountable. Next, perfect number. A number is said to be a perfect number if the sum of all its factors is equal to twice the number. So students, if the sum of all its factors is equal to twice the number. So we have the number 6 over here, which is a perfect number. Sum of its factors, these are the factors of 6, और इसका sum क्या है 12, and twice of 6 is equal to 12. So ये दोनों equal है. That is why number 6 is an example of a perfect number. Next, even numbers and odd numbers. So students, we already know this as well. Numbers that are divisible by 2 are called even numbers. Even numbers always have the digits 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 at their ones place, right? And these are the few examples of even numbers, and these numbers have the digits at ones place, right? Which are amongst these digits only, right? Now, odd numbers, the numbers that are not divisible by 2, right? They are odd numbers. Odd numbers always have the digits 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 at their ones place, right? And these are the few examples of odd numbers. And again, observe the digits at ones place, right? And these digits are among these ones only. So these are the odd numbers. Next, prime numbers and composite numbers. Now students, we have already learned this. The numbers which have only two factors, that is 1 and the number itself, are called prime numbers. So, for example, these numbers 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11, they are few examples of prime numbers. 2 के दो ही फैक्टर्स हैं 1 and 2. 3 के दो ही फैक्टर्स हैं 1 and 3. 5 के दो ही फैक्टर्स हैं 1 and 5 and so on for these two. So ये सभी प्राइम नंबर्स हैं which have only two factors, 1 and the number itself. Next, composite numbers. The numbers which have more than two factors are called composite numbers. For example, these are the few examples of composite numbers. Students, we have the factors of these numbers over here, right? And if we see carefully, यहाँ पे सभी numbers के more than two factors हैं, right? If we take the example of number 4, 1 or 4. In addition to that, we have the factor 2. If we take the number 6, so 1 or 6, ये तो factor है ही. In addition to that, we have these two factors as well. Then for number 8, 1 and 8. In addition to that, we have these two factors. So ये सभी numbers जो है, these are composite numbers which have more than two factors. Next, co-prime numbers. Now students, these numbers, they come in pairs. So two numbers that do not have any common factor other than 1 are said to be co-prime. For example, we have co-prime numbers over here. इनकी pairs है 2, 3, 2 and 3. These are co-prime numbers because factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3. So common factor कौन सा है? 1, right? They do not have any other common factor apart from 1. Then 5 and 12 are co-prime numbers because इनके जो factors हैं, these are the factors और common factor सिर्फ 1 है, right? Then 8 and 13 are co-prime numbers as well. इनके जो factors हैं, we have these factors and again the common factor is only 1. So these are few pairs of co-prime numbers. Next, twin primes. So these also come in pairs. Two prime numbers which have 2 as the difference between them are called twin primes. So जो pair prime numbers की है, for example these pairs, and the numbers, the prime numbers की जो difference है, that should be number 2. So these are the pairs of twin primes. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. 13 minus 11 is equal to 2. Right? Next, prime triplet. So students, as per what we will learn in this chapter, a set of 3 prime numbers differing by 2 is known as a prime triplet. So we have a set of 3 prime numbers जिनकी difference जो होगी, that will be 2. Over here we have an example. 3, 5 and 7 are the only prime numbers that form a prime triplet in this manner. That is, they differ by 2. 7 minus 5 is equal to 2. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. And we have a set of 3 prime numbers over here. These are the prime triplet. And the prime numbers consecutive. एक के बाद एक. So 7 और 5 की difference है 2. 5 और 3 की difference है 2. Right? Next, tests of divisibility. So the tests of divisibility help us to determine whether, determine means to find out. So, to find out whether a number is divisible by another number or not, without actually dividing the number. For example, we have the test of divisibility by 2 as mentioned over here. A number is divisible by 2 if its ones digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. That is, if it is an even number, right? So, if we take any number, say 1024. So, at the ones place we have the digit 4 in 1024. So, without performing division of 1024 by the number 2, क्योंकि ones digit पे 4 है, so we know that it is an even number and it is divisible by 2. So this is the test of divisibility by number 2. So we will learn other tests of divisibility for other numbers as well in this chapter. Next, prime factorization. So students, the method of finding the prime factors of a composite number is called prime factorization. For example, we have the prime factorization of 12 over here. 12 is a composite number. Now, here we have the factor tree of number 12. We know that we get the product 12 by multiplying 2 and 6. 2 multiplied by 6 is equal to 12. So 2 is a prime number, so we will circle this, and 6 is a composite number, so इसको further factorize करेंगे, right? So we know that 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6. Now 2 and 3 both are prime numbers, so we will circle these as well. So finally we have the prime factors of number 12. 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 is the prime factorization of number 12, right? 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 12, right? Next, highest common factor, HCF. Now, the largest common factor of 2 or more natural numbers is called their highest common factor, HCF. So students, for example, HCF of 6 and 14 is 2. So here we have listed out the factors of 6 and 14. 6 के factors है 1, 2, 3 and 6 और number 14 के factors है 1, 2, 7 and 14. So यहाँ पे common factors कौन से हैं? 1 and 2, right? And which is the largest common factor? Here we have only 2 common factors, so larger one is 2. So highest common factor of 6 and 14 is 2. Next, lowest or the least common multiple, LCM. So the smallest common multiple of 2 or more natural numbers is called their lowest common multiple, LCM. So students, for example, we have the LCM of the numbers 8, 12 and 24, and that is 24. Here we have the multiples of 8, 12 and 24 over here. We call the multiplication tables of 8, 12 and 24, right? So ये multiples है number 8 के. 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 8 is 24 and so on. And these are the multiples of 12, right? We call the multiplication table of 12 and these are the multiples of 24. So students, we have circled the common multiples over here, right? 24 is the common multiple, then 48 is the common multiple, then 72 is the common multiple, right? So now students, multiples of a given number तो countless, that is uncountable होते ही है, but जो common multiples है between two or more numbers, those will also be uncountable, countless, right? Now students, we have to find out the smallest common multiple of the given numbers, these three numbers. So हमने common multiple circle किए हैं and these are in ascending order. 24 से 48 बड़ा है और 48 से 72 बड़ा है. So the smallest common multiple is number 24. So LCM of these three numbers is 24. So students, here we come to the end of this PPT. So now students, let us solve example number 1 given in the textbook. We have to simplify the following mathematical expressions. Mathematical expression means where the numbers are combined along with the mathematical operations. Now, over here, the first one, we have this expression and students, we have to follow the BODMAS rule. The order of performing operations is brackets of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So, पहले जो brackets वाला part है वो simplify करना है. Then, if we have the word of in the expression, which we will see in two of the examples right now. So students, next we have to give importance to the mathematical operation division, then multiplication, then addition and then subtraction last. So let us solve this example. A. Now over here we have to solve this part first because BODMAS rule में पहले division operation को importance देना है, right? So this part we have written as it is in the first step and over here we have written 14 divided by 2. उसका result क्या है? 7. So that we have written over here. Now in the next step we have first solved the multiplication part. So 15 add and then 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12 minus 7 as it is. Now we have addition and subtraction. So BODMAS rule में पहले addition करना है. So we have to add 15 and 12. That is 27 minus 7 as it is. And finally we have to solve this. So इसका result क्या है? 20. So here we have simplified and got the answer for this mathematical expression. Now next B, we have this expression and over here we have multiplication, subtraction and addition. So पहले multiplication part solve करना है, right? So 8 multiplied by 7 is equal to 56 and the remaining part as it is. Then next we have to solve the addition operation first. So 56 add 35 add 15. इसका जो result है वो पहले लिखना है. 56 add 35 will be equal to 91. 91 add 15 will be equal to 106. So that we have written over here and then minus 3 as it is. और इसका जो result है finally that is 103. Next, example number 2. We have to simplify this mathematical expression. Now over here we have the term of, right? Now students, in the BODMAS rule we have brackets of. Brackets के बाद पहले of को importance दी है and then we have given importance to the mathematical operations of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So students, let us look at the example over here. Now of जब भी होता है it means we have to replace it by multiplication sign as shown over here. So students, 700 minus 2 of 60. So next step में क्या लिखा है? 700 minus 120. Why? Because 2 of 60. It means 2 multiplied by 60. जब भी ऑफ दिया हो तो आपको ऑफ की जगह मल्टीप्लिकेशन की साइन लिखनी है. So 2 multiplied by 60, 2 of 60, right? And that will be 120 that we have written over here in the first step, right? And this part as it is. Now students, we have minus sign, multiplication sign and division sign. So पहले ये पार्ट सॉल्व करना है because BODMAS रूल में पहले डिविजन को इम्पोर्टेंस देते हैं. So this part we have written as it is and 25 divided by 5 is equal to 5. Now over here we have multiplication sign and subtraction sign. So first we have to solve this part, right? So 700 minus और इसका रिजल्ट क्या आएगा 600, right? And then finally we will solve this and the answer is 100. Next, here in example 3 we have to solve this expression. Now students, यहाँ पे round brackets है और BODMAS rule में first word is brackets, right? So पहले हमें ये part solve करना है. So 7 of 3 multiplied by as it is and then 4 at 2 को पहले solve किया है जो round brackets में है. So the result will be 6. Now students, this is the first step, but after this of को हम replace करेंगे multiplication sign से. So 7 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 6. So basically 7, 3 और 6 इन तीनों नंबर्स को मल्टीप्लाई करना है. So 7 multiplied by 3 will be equal to 21 and 21 multiplied by 6 will be equal to 126, which is the final answer. So students, over here in this example textbook में क्या किया है 7 of और 3 multiplied by 6 का रिजल्ट 18 आता है. That is written. Now students, of का मीनिंग भी मल्टीप्लिकेशन है और यहाँ पे भी मल्टीप्लिकेशन साइन है, राइट? सो पहले इस पार्ट को सॉल्व कर दिया है which is fine क्योंकि दोनों मल्टीप्लिकेशन ही है. सो 7 of 18 लिखा है and next they have written 7 multiplied by 18 and finally the result of this is also 126, right? Now next example 4. So here we have to solve this expression. Now here we have the round brackets. So first we have to solve this part. Now inside this part we have minus and addition signs. So पहले according to BODMAS rule we will add 12 and 4. So this part we have written as it is and यहाँ पे 12 minus 1 add 4 है तो first step में 12 add 4 क्या होता है 16. So we have written 16 and then minus 1 as it is, right? Now in the next step we have written the result of this because brackets को पहले simplify करना है. So 16 minus 1 will be equal to 15. Now students, over here we have a number and directly we have the brackets over here. यहाँ पे बीच में कोई मैथमेटिकल सिंबल नहीं है, मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेटर नहीं है, राइट? सो वी हैव टू फॉलो द रूल फॉर सिंप्लीफिकेशन इन्वॉल्विंग ब्रैकेट्स ओवर हियर. Rule number 1 we have to follow, which states that always perform multiplication when there is no sign between a number and brackets. So जब भी नंबर और ब्रैकेट्स के बीच में मैथमेटिकल साइन नहीं है, मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेटर नहीं है, then we have to perform multiplication. So over here we have 7 and directly we have opening round bracket. So क्या करना है 7 multiplied by 50 ये पहले सॉल्व करना है, right? Because BODMAS rule में पहले ब्रैकेट्स को रिमूव करना है, right? So 7 multiplied by 15 will be equal to 105, right? So we have written that over here. And next step will be to first solve this division part. So 90 divided by 3 will be equal to 30. So 30 and 105 and the result of this will be finally 135, right? So students, as your homework you have to solve examples given in the textbook. Examples number are 1, 2, 3 and 4 and you have to solve in your rough book from chapter 2 these examples. And we will meet in the next session. Till then, keep safe.